Israeli casualties reported. Reports indicate 2 Palestinian guerrillas were captured. There is word this morning that Israel intends to ask the United States to act as go-between with Syria to help Israel withdraw from southern Lebanon. The U.S. has expressed interest in the past over playing such a role. Israel reportedly no longer will insist that all Syrian troops in Lebanon be moved as part of any Israeli withdrawal agreement. In this country, the bodies of the 2 American servicemen killed in last week's suicide truck bombing attack on the U.S. Embassy in Beirut have been brought home. A military transport plane arrived at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, last night, carrying the remains of 33-year-old Army Warrant Officer Kenneth Welsh of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Naval Petty Officer First Class Michael Wagner, 30. He was from Zebulon, North Carolina. Welsh and Wagner were regular embassy staff members and were among at least 9 people killed when a van loaded with explosives went off. Ambassador Reginald Bartholomew and Assistant Secretary of State Richard Murphy have begun an investigation into the attack, but both men told reporters in Beirut the terrorist bombing will not force the U.S. out of Lebanon.
All I can say is that I interpret Thursday's bombing as a challenge to our political will, and that political will has not been diminished. We are not going home.
Isn't anything such as 100% security that permits you at the same time to do the job that you're asked to do, that you feel it's important to do for the United States. I don't know if that answers the question. I don't think that any of us particularly enjoy the risk or enjoy getting blown up, but I don't think any of us will be deterred.
Ambassador Bartholomew still bears the scars of Thursday's bombing. He was buried in debris for a short time, but suffered only cuts and bruises. Officials at California's McClennan Air Force Base say everything is back to normal. Heightened security measures were canceled yesterday, a day after they were put into effect in response to FBI warnings of a terrorist threat. A spokesman for the Air Force Base says he cannot give any details of the threat or why the special security measures were lifted. But an FBI agent says the alert was not related to Thursday's suicide bombing at the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. The leader of an anti-Castro terrorist group faces a mandatory life sentence for killing a Cuban diplomat. Eduardo Araucania also was convicted in a New York courtroom Saturday of carrying out several bombings on foreign consulates. The prosecution described Araucania as the founder and bomb maker for a vicious gang of terrorists who call themselves Omega 7. Defense lawyers say the Cuban exile will appeal his conviction.
Short initial runway 16, additional traffic, unmanned MQ-9. Midfield left downwind for runway 25. On departure, maintain at or below 5,600 until outside class Delta.